A pleasure to meet y'all at last. Welcome back to Gaming with KaijuForceNeo Facecam Specials Insurgence. And this is the first time that I'm playing Ark Survival Evolved, or rather that I have Ark Survival Evolved to go with this mini-series. Now, firsthand, it has actually been months since the last time I ever had Ark Survival Evolved featured on Gaming with KaijuForceNeo. But then again, I feel like I could give myself a fresh start. Because ever since I had stopped playing Ark Survival Evolved for Season 3 of Gaming with KaijuForceNeo, I figured that what I could do is that I could spend several hours looking for some good details out there, some good tips, and other pieces of advice that I could look for on the Ark Survival Evolved wiki page. Because, of course, that is, after all, what I had committed to trying to do ever since, well, especially during those full voiceover segments, you could have heard me multiple times that I would actually plan on just simply looking up some tips and the like on the wiki page, because otherwise I would have kept on playing pretty badly. I wouldn't be doing any better than what I am doing right now. So, of course, I still do have a few more clips worth of Ark Survival Evolved gameplay that I've collected over the last few months, and as you just saw right there, I have just fallen asleep thanks to the extended amounts of torpidity levels. Of course, torpidity levels are going to increase, and what this will do is that this will leave you feeling very, very drowsy. So, that is in fact what you are looking at right now. You're seeing that my current survivor right now has just fallen asleep. And now, the survivor had just awakened from a slumber thanks to, wow, the drowsiness. Usually when the consumption of narco berries comes about, that is usually how my survivor here can actually end up falling asleep at some point, but in any case, I would try my best to avoid the consumption of narco berries in the first place, just so I wouldn't have to deal with the weight of waking up from such a deep slumber. But once again, I mean, ever since I started playing Ark Survival Evolved for the first time on Gaming with KaijuForceNeo itself, or in any Gaming with KaijuForceNeo part in general, I mean, I've gotten myself some pretty good progress, and I have already gotten as far as, let's say, level 20 about. That's probably about where it is at the moment, but of course, I still am, admittingly, struggling to figure out exactly how am I going to save my progress on Ark Survival Evolved, because as long as I keep playing Ark Survival Evolved, I am going to keep rising through the ranks, but if I don't at all figure out how I'm going to be able to save my progress, then it would be very, very difficult for me to just keep coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to situate this problem. I mean, there's not much else I could try and do, but as long as I discover new tips and some more advice and the like from the Ark Survival Evolved wiki page itself, then I know I could just do better at this. But real quick, I'm gonna scroll to the right. There we go. So, of course, you definitely aren't seeing me using the controller at any point, because what I'm doing is that I had pre-recorded footage months ago, at least. And what I'm doing is that I'm just using all of this old footage for the majority of this season of the mini-series Facecam Specials Insurgence. So, the last time I did Facecam Specials Insurgence, it was on full force with, well, varying lengths of episodes. And there were a total of 9. No more, no less than that amount, but now I'm almost tripling that amount. And even better, I am setting up some good guidelines for it, because what I'm doing here is that 13.5 minutes is going to be a minimum for every episode of mine that I have here for the current season of Facecam Specials Insurgence. And another thing is that, of course, there will be more than 10 games involved, but the titles can pretty much vary. And I'm more than certain that at least twice I would be playing back these titles, no matter what the games are, but of course it's not as big of a variety when compared to Season 1 of Facecam Specials Insurgence, which lasted from December 2018 to January 2019. But once again, there's probably going to be a lot more than this to come. If I ever were to make a third season of Facecam Specials Insurgence, then I know that I would have some more to go than just this. So, I'd say the effort is worth a lot, but for now though, what I'm currently looking at here, based on what my survivor is going to go through, is that I'm going to try to attack this Dilophosaurus who's below me. I'm standing up here on this boulder that is situated very close to the water line, and I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to try to escape from the Dilophosaurus, but of course you might have also noticed that there were tons of different animals and creatures that I have come across in the entire length span of me playing Ark Survival Evolved in Season 3 of Gaming with KaijuForceNeo, because I made 34 episodes worth of it, and it was pretty fun, actually. There was even a time where I had Ark Survival Evolved on Season 1 of Facecam Specials Insurgence. So, and you see right there, I just died. Level 50, Dilophosaurus. So, I'm going to respawn back to where I was from the way I'm looking at it, but of course, okay, what was that one called? The Gotchi Claws? The Gotchi Claws, I feel like it was called. Yeah. So yeah, the Gotchi right there. At least one Gotchi attacked me from the last time I played Ark Survival Evolved. There was at least one occasion where a Gotchi actually came up to me and attacked me until I died. And you're also seeing that I am trying to get across this part of the river, but of course I'm always worried about piranhas. I gotten killed by piranhas at least a dozen times throughout the whole time that I played Ark Survival Evolved in Season 3. But you know what though? Season 3 is all over, and with it, the past memories of mine. Of course, the past here does situate a lot of problems and issues that I have had, but at this time I would certainly like to say that, yeah, of course there are lots of creatures and the like that I have never encountered before. But, you know what? This is definitely a good time for me to try to figure out how am I going to play this out. Because later on it might not be so easy. Especially when it comes to looking for different lands to cross. And this in turn would include some of the other lands that I have explored during Season 3 of Gaming with KaijuForceNeo. But now, this is a time where I'm able to pretty much just look over these details and these minor problems of mine that I've had back then. Because, of course, when it comes to trying to figure out what you're going to do next time you play a certain game, of course, pre-learning certain things out there, including tips and advice, not to mention other tricks that you could try, it's really going to be a helpful experience out there. So, I'm more than obligated to look up the wiki page one last time before going back down to record some more footage next time I play Ark Survival Evolved, because it has been months since the last time I played it. About 4 or 5 months to be exact. But regardless of how long it's been since the last time I ever played a game, I would certainly want to try even better at it than I ever tried before. I would certainly try to figure out exactly how the campfire situation is, because of course you can hardly cook meats without the use of a campfire or an oven or some other type of cooking tool or appliance. But once again, the Ark Survival Wiki page could be very helpful in this process here. So, of course what you're seeing right now is that I'm just simply swimming through the waters here, and of course I see no piranhas in sight, so I should be good to go. But in any case that a piranha does come and attack me, of course I could try my best to defend myself from it, but in the case that it doesn't work, it would probably be worse than I could imagine. And that'd be for sure, because I've had lots of attacks from piranhas occur, especially during the 3rd season. But right now I just got out of the water and I'm very much good to go. Though I am getting a lot of, well, warnings telling me that I'm too cold or too hot. But, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. What I'm going to try to figure out at the moment, though, is where is my house at? Okay, so my stamina level's low, so I have to rest for a little bit. And there you go. There's the green column of light, indicating that that's where my bag full of items is. It's as simple as that. You just gotta track the green column of light. That's all you gotta do. I mean, for those noobs in Ark Survival Evolved, of course, I've had my times within the last 10 months where it's been quite hard for me to figure out how it all goes down, but I mean, if you ever had a time where you've been struggling practically your whole life to try to figure out how to operate a certain game, then of course you're probably in the same position as I am. So in any case though, I would very much like to figure out even more, because last time I ever looked up things on the Ark Survival Evolved wiki page, it was mostly about the types of creatures that you could find other than the ones I've already encountered. Of course there were those times where I had encountered such creatures out there that were very, very, very rare, including the Tusoteuthis, which is much like the giant squid of modern times. Just kind of had to throw my gum away because it's kind of just distracting me, because what I'm supposed to look at here is that, I mean, I'm basically just sending out some reactions based on what I have already recorded months ago. And the fact is that I had already forgotten about most of this stuff to begin with. But what I'm not forgetting at the moment is the fact that there had been a lot of stuff that I had actually looked up on the wiki page, but other than the fact that there were tons of creatures out there, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side if you want to see more.